like historically speaking.
Facts don't care about your feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings.
You know me, I always finish.
That scares the shit out of me. It's crazy.
What's up, y'all? It's Cup of Commerce. We're going to be drinking espresso every 5 minutes while discussing 4 recent topics and how they relate to business, finance, and commerce. So, the topics for this week are the new stimulus, or rather lack of, the upcoming election, the U.S. recovery, and stock talk. So, without further ado, let's get it going.
Let's do it.
So, the new stimulus. I'll set a timer for 5 minutes, and we're going. So if you've been living under the rock, you probably don't know, but Democrats proposed a $2.2 trillion HEROES Act, and the Republicans had a counteroffer of a $1.6 trillion. But neither sides are at an agreement, and House Democrats are planning to just move forward with their HEROES Act of $2.2 trillion with zero GOP support, soon to be denied by the House of Representatives. I mean, not the House of Representatives, the Senate, and it's just going to be denied because the Senate have Republican support and the House has Democratic support. So neither sides are agreeing with each other. That's fucking new, right? So basically, I wanted to talk about this issue of why can't we get an agreement with the stimulus? Why is this not occurring yet? Opening the floor discussion. Riley, please tell me your thoughts.
Well, obviously it comes down to money, but the main thing is, I think, is the Democrats want too much money.
Show me the money.
Show me the money! I love black people! I love black people!
And the Republicans aren't like, well, from the perspective of a Democrat, the Republicans aren't offering enough money, and from the perspective of a Republican, the Democrats are having too much money.
Did you just say 2 different perspectives from one man? Folks, he should.
I'm sorry.
Be in jail. No.
I am sorry.
Yeah. So what a weird concept.
To put it into perspective, so the Democrats are proposing a $2.2 trillion act. In 2008, or was it 2007, the stimulus package was $787 billion.
Yeah.
So nearly almost 3 times what it is. It is 3 times, actually.
And all this stimulus talk comes from a concept called Keynesian economics, which is basically when you suffer a recession, the government will support you to help with economic progress. That's the whole what they're trying to get at here is like if we put a Band-Aid over that boo-boo, it'll get better before. Whereas if we didn't, it's going to scar, and it's going to leave that scar the rest of our lives.
Yeah.
I think that the boo-boo's fucked, man. You're going to need stitches. Like,
you need surgery,
why
bro.
don't... Well, the problem is like, it's more of like, we need stimulus. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
We need money to support people right now. I mean, some hardcore capitalists will disagree with that. They'll say, we need the market to correct itself. We don't need any... I mean, I consider myself a pretty strong capitalist, but I still disagree with that fundamental concept of calling yourself a fundamental capitalist is because at the end of the day, if you're just watching people suffer when you know that there could be government support,
exactly.
Come on.
That's the thing is like, while all this is going on,
it goes against your principles.
While all this is going on, all this arguing and disagreement is going on between what stimulus bill we need to pass, there's people suffering in the meantime. So I mean, these politicians are going back to their home in the Hamptons, and they don't give a fuck. They got plenty of money.
What is that? 2 people got the coronavirus. So let's do a session for 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
Take a little bit of a break.
Yeah, it's like, dude, that guy could phone in.
Zoom
it's
call,
2020.
bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Zoom stock price at $500 fucking bucks. Come on.
For a fucking reason, 'cause people can't see each other, and then our government's making excuses.
Yeah.
Like, really? The biggest one was months ago when the student director board that discussing about whether or not kids should go back to school had a meeting on Zoom, and I was like, really? You think you should put the 2 and 2 together, dumb fucks?
The biggest thing is that like through all of this disagreement, all of this stagnation, there's like real people, American citizens that are suffering from it, and it's fucked up. Why can't we agree?
Yeah, and that's not even an issue about Well, it is an issue about economics in regards to how you value different conversations and how you value someone's opinion. Because economics is just fundamentally like the trading of goods, and you're like everything is a resource in its own way.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little abstract way to think about it, but right now we're a little short on agreeableness. You know, we're a little short on that because everyone sees it as there's so much on the line because there is with this election. The right thinks that they're going to lose their old way of America forever, and they're never going to be able to retain American values as they see it again.
Yeah.
Whereas, and this is a value conversation, and that's why I'm bringing economics into the consideration of it, because it's a big picture thing. Whereas the Democrats, they're like, we're tired of the old ways. We see a new vision for how this is going to go. Yeah. And with that disagreement, it's just there's no buy in that partisanship.
It seems like nobody's mind is
only a buy with a BYE. Am I right? Am I right? No.
Yeah, and everybody on either side is so stuck in their ways. It seems like depending, no matter what party you're from, you don't take the initiative to like see the other person's side of and like see it from their perspective. It's always like, no, it's how I.
We need a fucking.
And it's like my way is the only right way, and so nothing gets done. Weird.
That was great. Yeah, like. I was just going to add, we need a motherfucker like Teddy Roosevelt or Ben Franklin, somebody who unites the country instead of like making it so polarizing. But
100%.
Whether we got either of them, I don't know. But that's a conversation for another day.
Very questionable.
That's where we end economics in the discussion. We start talking way too into politics. Yeah. All right. So we're going to fill our cups of espressos up again and get on to the next subject.
Yes.
Come with me. Come with me. Which one do you want, huh? Come in the blue. There we go.
Oh, yeah.
These pythons? Coffee shop wars. Yeah, Gabby went to Red Velvet today.
Crips and coffee.
Yeah, I know. So let's stab her in the parking lot. Yo, we over here at Xbox.
This is Crips and coffee, bro. You know what's going on. 9 a.m. on Sunday with the boys.
Yo, shit, man. I was up at like 4 o'clock just reading shit. Just reading newspapers and shit, man.
Hey, man, you ever heard of How to Win Friends and Influence People? You ever heard that book?
Oh, that's too hot. So we just filled up our espressos inside, as you saw.
Yeah.
And we're on to the next topic. So, Riley, do you want to take us with that?
So we're talking about the election this time. The election, as you guys probably know, is on November 3rd, which is about 2 weeks from now. Mm-hmm. And so I'm thinking right now that this is like a whole, like, it's going to be a crazy couple of weeks because there's so much happening. Like the next 3 weeks, there's earnings coming out, there's the election happening, and then on top of everything, like, the current state of the economy, like there's so many things that like can fuck this up. Yeah,
there's a lot of deciding factors, you know what I mean? So
just for a little bit of history, I'm a history guy, so here's some history. Historically, since 1933, when Republicans are in office, the stock market returns 12.9%, and when Democrats are in office, the stock market returns 9.3%. And so this is a very, like, I mean, that's not to say that a Biden victory will result in a it could, but it's not to say that it will. Yeah,
because like you also mentioned, there's a lot of factors that could fuck with the stock market right now too.
There's never been this many coming from a 22-year-old.
There has never in my 22 long years
never been a time like this
since the days of George Bush.
No, but the people I talk to, at least, that are like, you know, older, like my grandpa and people who have been through some shit, they say
the
like
cougars you fuck on Tinder, yeah.
Yes. They're like, I've never seen anything like this. They can't compare it to the .com bust. They can't compare the .com boom and bust. They can't compare it to the financial crisis. They're saying there's never been a time like this in the economy and in America when like something like this, even close to something like this, is happening, and it's all like culminating into like I feel like it's all like culminating into like these next couple of weeks.
Told you I forgive you.
You want to ring the bell, Apollo?
Ding, ding.
It's exciting, but it's also sketchy.
Yeah, you know, it really has been because I mean, since March, people were saying like till the election, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
It was like we've been in just like a waiting fucking game right now.
Yeah.
And now this is the fourth quarter right now, baby. Like it's Pennsylvania rallies all day for Trump until the election because he's trying to win, and then for Joe Biden, I guess it's just fucking like town hall meeting and shit. That was so weird how they had the two town hall things, but so yeah, I want to discuss how regardless of which president wins, long term the stock market will go up. Long term.
100%.
You know, regardless of who wins the election, like employment will improve like long term. So if you're a long term thinker, like you should be, you're gonna be just fucking fine.
Mm-hmm.
But if you start thinking short term, you're gonna get very frantic, manic. You know,
You're gonna overthink it, and it's gonna it's not gonna be good for you.
Yeah. Like if what keeps me at bay is realizing, you know, I'm 21. I'm turning 22 in 2 weeks though. No. So I'm 21. I got my whole life ahead of me. Maybe the next, let's just even say 10 years, we go through a bit of a recession, a bit of a regress, you know?
Yeah.
That will lead for economic expansion, I'm sure.
So
you got to look, there's hope at the end of the tunnel.
Get two birds stoned at once.
There's this something I read today. It was, should people change their investment strategy based on the election, or should they see the long-term picture?
Mm-hmm.
And this guy named Rich Weiss, who manages $1.7 trillion at American Century Capital, says, if you were to change your investment strategy right now and go more short-term, he's saying it's like placing 3 bets out on top of each other. First, an investor has to be correct that either Trump or Biden will win. Second, the winner has to bring about the policies that the investor expected. And third, the investor would need to correctly guess and time those policies just to be right.
So just that word time alone,
exactly.
I've never timed the market.
Time in the market versus timing the market. I can't remember who said that. Somebody said, I didn't make that up.
That's pretty gold. Time in the market versus timing the market. That's facts, though.
Yeah.
So I think we can all agree, though, like, regardless of who wins, it's going to be shit for, like, I asked my dad the other day, I was like, hey, Dad, like, when the president wins the election, whoever it is, what world do you think the world's going to burn in more? You know, if Trump wins or if Biden wins? He's like, who the fuck do you think? But no, yeah, people would lose their goddamn minds if Trump gets reelected. I think that's obvious. But if he does get reelected, we have to consider that, you know?
Yeah.
Like then all the people that started shorting shit the day before the election are probably going to be fucked, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because if Trump gets reelected, people are going to assume we're going to have a boom recovery. People may hate each other when they walk down the side of the street seeing a fucking Biden-Harris sign versus a Trump sign.
100%.
But, like, you know, like Riley stated, statistically speaking, Republicans do 4% better now, like, historically speaking.
Facts don't care about your feelings. Facts don't care about your feelings.
That's for the stock market, though. That's not for the economy.
Mm-hmm.
However, like I mentioned, things might turn around. But we'll talk about jobs and all that in the next segment. So stay tuned for that. And I think our timer is.
Perfect.
Yeah, I timed that shit right. I was also looking at the screen. But
so much left.
all right, let's kill these espressos and then let's get a new one. Another full cup of Joe here. Full of cup. No, I'm kidding. I'm lying. It's an espresso. It's not Joe. Okay, here we go. The next topic we're going to be talking about is the U.S. recovery and jobs. So I'll get us going with that. 5-minute timer is going. Jobs. So key takeaway that I'm going to talk about is people who lost their jobs and have not earned them back yet are giving up hope. This is leading to a decrease in the denominator of the unemployment percentage, as those not looking for work, which is 2% of that unemployment, mind you, do not count as one of the 164 million Americans that are looking for work, leading to a deflated unemployment rate. Furthermore, the lack of consumer spending is alarming and not a good sign for an economic recovery. So the reason why I'm bringing up people not looking for work anymore is because they're no longer considered part of the employment force searching for work. So if you've ever done a single math equation once in your fucking life, you'll realize a lower denominator is going to increase in a higher percentage. So we're really just looking at false fucking, like for example, if you look the number of jobs created versus the number of people who just stopped looking, and then the number of people who got jobs versus filed for unemployment, the numbers are fucked. What I'm trying to get at is people are literally giving up hope because they haven't had their jobs back in over 3 months. 58% of workers who lost their jobs have given up looking for a job. So the people who have gotten their jobs back, that's over now. Yeah. Like they're done looking.
Yeah.
There's a big difference of fucking just
still having hope
versus just being I'm fucking rolling over. You know, fuck me starfish style.
Today's the day!
Like, literally, it's just, it's not good.
I
So I want to bring that to Riley. Like, what's your favorite sex position? No, I'm kidding. No, but, what's your favorite part about like not the favorite part, but what about this shit grinds your gears? Yeah.
I was on the old LinkedIn the other day.
Okay.
And I came across one of my connections had
Aisha? I'm kidding.
one of my connections had posted about a friend that's pretty much like a first-hand experience of like what you just said. He's like, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's like he graduated from college with like I think he had like a business administration degree or something, and he has like 6-7 years of work experience.
Jeez.
Doing whatever.
Started working at 12. He's like, I was in sweatshops doing accounting.
No. This is one of my old friends.
I know how to use Excel. No, okay. Okay.
This
Yeah,
is the
gotcha.
Boomer Bucks.
So he's not. Oh, he's a Boomer Bucks guy.
He's not a 12-year-old.
How old is he then?
College graduate. I think he's probably like in his 40s.
Oh, so he's an established person in the workforce.
Yeah,
okay. I thought this was a recent.
No,
okay, I got you.
And this is why it's even more fucked. He's an established person in the workforce, and he couldn't find a job for 8 months. He had just gotten a job, I think, like 2 weeks ago. And God knows doing what. Hopefully it wasn't a job at like. Hopefully he didn't have all the experience and he didn't get a job at like Red Robin or something. Actually got it like what he was.
They got fire fries though. I've actually never been to Red Robin. You know that?
God damn it.
Yeah.
Yum.
Jesus Christ. All right. Well. So the U.S. jobs and recovery also has a third factor to it, which is the debt. The debt that we went into this whole fucked up recession with in the first place. So if you, a alarming statistic is that there's this thing called a triple B bond, which is the lowest quality investment grade debt. It's increased from $700 billion in 2007 to over $2 trillion in 2020. So
that was the triple Bs were the reason why singular reason why the 2007 or the financial crisis happened, but the triple Bs were like a very big reason because they're giving all those shitty debt and bonds to people who are unqualified.
Yeah, we're looking at a lot of false fucking improvement from the last 10 years, which was the greatest economic expansion in U.S. history.
A lot.
It was all fucking not all fake. I don't like to use words like everything. It was a lot of fucked up shit. It was a lot bad.
It was a lot bad.
It was a lot bad.
Why waste time? Say lot word when few word do trick.
So, some things that I'm trying to mention is like, okay, the most important part of a most important part of a recovery is consumer spending. I'm all fucking cracked out on this coffee now. I'm like, fucking consumer spending. So 70% of the U.S. economy comes from consumer spending, and it's significantly down right now. And on top of that, as I mentioned, with people not working, we're at a really, really fragile part of the world right now where there's a lot of uncertainty with where people's jobs are going, where their careers are going, and that had already come with absurd amount of debt, both from the government and for the consumer, the citizen. So I think the U.S. has it's $27 trillion now for the U.S. debt clock.
Yeah.
But in all reality, with all the promised programs, it's more closer to like $127 trillion. So here's the information for that, because that goes with other things that they've promised that we haven't received yet. So it's a different type of accounting. It's more showing you like what things really are but aren't on paper yet versus what the government has accrued for.
Projection versus...
Exactly. Projected debt versus actual debt for the current assignments and deals made today. But, all right. Let's go get another cup of coffee. Espresso, and then do our next topic.
Let's do it.
All right, cheers. That's good.
It's
all
hot.
Right.
So, last and final topic.
Look at that timer going, Billy.
Last and final. That was redundant. Our final topic of the day is we're just going to talk about stocks. Generally, what's happening with the stock market. So, as we said kind of in the previous segment, earnings are coming up for Q3 this week and next week, and then the week after that is the fucking election.
Yeah.
And so let me break down this timeline for you right now. This seems like this has been building up to this point the entire year, and it's about to fucking happen.
Yeah.
So unemployment numbers are not the best. Some would say they're shitty. Market is more pumped up than the guy in Dodgeball. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
You ever seen Dodgeball the movie?
Yeah, of course. I'm not. Yeah. Wait, more pumped up? Oh, you talking about Ben Stiller?
The guy's balls. Where he has
Oh,
like the,
yeah.
more pumped up than that guy. We'll put a video or something there, so you guys get it.
Okay, yeah. I was like,
I
dude,
have it
you
written
fucking
down.
lost me.
Mark is more pumped up than the guy in.
You
Dodgeballs.
wrote down a joke, you fucker.
Market is more pumped up than the guy in Dodgeball's nutsack. Is what I wrote.
All right,
Okay.
that's fine. Yeah.
Q3 earnings are coming up.
This guy writes
which
jokes.
most likely is probably the price, or the price is already probably built into those. I would think at this valuation of stocks.
Mm-hmm.
The election's coming up. We're in the middle of a pandemic. There could also be profit taking in quarter 3, which could cause it to fucking get smoked right before. Normally people will sell like right as the earning call comes out just to take profits.
Mm-hmm.
So all these things that fucking scream volatility and uncertainty and get the fuck out of the stock market are all going to happen within 2 weeks of each other. And that scares the shit out of me. It's crazy. And so that's kind of what the next couple of weeks are looking like for stocks. Next week, I think Tesla, Netflix, Amazon all come out with earnings. So it's like a lot of shit's going down in the next couple of weeks, and it's going to be very interesting.
I think that one way how we can all feel there's like the anticipation. Like I think that's like there's the genre for this current time for the stock market is just. It's not. I wouldn't say it's uncertainty. I wouldn't say like right now. Like right now, it's just pure anticipation. We're all like just a bunch of fucking vultures ready to get that. Because something will happen. We're all ready for it. We're all anticipating that thing to happen. But we don't know what it's gonna be. It could be so many things. Yeah. The market could go anywhere it wants to go. It all depends on how one another reacts.
The market and like politics and the economy have been in like this year-long game of foreplay.
Oh yeah.
And I feel like one or all of them are just about to bust. And it's just gonna be like the most magnificent I don't know. The most magnificent load on earth.
Dude, what the fuck? I was like, that was graphic. I'm like just imagining don't let that be the United States.
Like Jay Powell just goes in your head. You're like, shit.
But what the fuck? The thing with the stock market that really it just grinds my gears is how there's like you said, so many variables that come into play. There can be a huge news that outbreaks one day, and then a different sector of that same stock that involved more news about it another day just fucks it. For example, like you could say like Tesla, when they mentioned their battery day, how their stock like decreased because of one part of their battery day, and then it increased because of another thing the same fucking day. You know what I mean? Like there's so many variables that are at play right now that I'm excited to see what happens because personally, like I've been out of the market for some time because I thought we were not going to recover this well. I was wrong. However, well then again, the Fed, I wasn't expecting that big of a stimulus, but
you're right on paper, but yeah,
you're never right on paper.
Unprecedented circumstances.
Because there's gonna be like a fucking the Big Short movie that comes out for the current time period when 20 years later, and there's gonna be some guy who's like looking at all the right numbers. It's a key takeaway that I always say is there's never a wrong time to invest. There's just a wrong investment. Yeah. So there's never a wrong time to go in the market. Never. It's just that you're a fucking idiot based on certain stocks and certain ways how you think. But yeah, that about concludes what I feel about the stock market. I have no other opinion besides I'm anticipated. I'm not anxious. I'm just waiting.
Yeah, I'm a little bit anxious because I'm in it right now. So
yeah, exactly.
I don't,
you got money in the game.
So I don't know. I've been contemplating taking money out or like reducing it somewhat. Yeah. Just to kind of hedge a little bit.
Pussy ass bitch like me. Yeah. Just being like, see, he's got diamond hands right now. Soft as butter, baby. Soft. Feel him. Yeah.
Or at least like placing like a hedge.
All
like
my money.
Buying some like what you know about like SQ or TQQ and like all that
shit.
stuff. Think about buying a little bit of that just as a little bit of a hedge.
I like that.
But
gotta hedge yourself.
Gotta.
Alrighty.
You know about risk management, baby.
Cheers. I'll drink to that. Damn, I didn't even take a sip during it.
I took one, but it was hot as shit.
Well, let's finish it right now. You know me. I always finish.
Bro.
All right. Tune in next week for another episode of COC. We'll see what fucking comes up.
Yeah. By the way, should we tell them why there wasn't an episode last week?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, tell
Okay.
our 30
So,
viewers that we
I
send
think
this
it's
shit
like more
to.
like 9 viewers.
Tell my grandma who's watching
yeah,
this.
I'll tell my grandma and my closest friend
Yeah.
if you're watching this.
So
they're-
Nana, the reason why
yeah, we just talked to the single.
literally send it to my Nana, but
We could just text them.
yeah, we don't have to. We can just text them, all 12 people. Hey guys, just decided to put you in the group chat because instead of
Have
just
a group chat. It's like a family group chat at this point.
basically.
Yeah, the episode was so bad we didn't feel comfortable, and we didn't want anybody seeing that.
Yeah, and it was bad because it was a good content, not
Yeah,
us though.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
we are commentary, and we are
wanna-
two guys just having fun talking about finance like no other.
And we want to like have the quality like up here all the time. And
Yeah.
We don't want to release something that's gonna be like down here. So,
Yeah, as you're watching this, you're like, well, then this one was shit.
yeah. Why'd you release this one?
Why
Yeah.
the fuck did you? That joke about dodgeball was not funny. No, no. I think that we did better, and we're gonna keep doing better. It's just that
Yes.
stick with us, guys. Talking to
Yeah.
you, Nana.
Yeah. Nana and shit. I don't think I have any friends. No.
Fuck.
Nana and Joey, if you're watching. this.
Joey.
All right.
Cheers. I'll drink to that.
I'll drink to that.